game against the Boston Celtics with a groin injury in the fourth quarter and did not return. The Lakers, they lost the game, snapping an 8-game winning streak. But LeBron, whose night ended 1 assist shy of a triple-double, he didn't seem too concerned after the game. Take a listen.
The first thing that popped in my mind was Christmas Day, my first year with the Lakers, is the first thing that popped in my mind. I've been there before, and I know what type of injury you're dealing with. Second thing I thought about was AD. It's crazy, but I thought about AD. And then I'm over there just trying to see how much mobility and see if I can possibly give it a go. And then I came back here and did a couple of stretches and a couple of things that ultimately knew that I was probably going to be done for the rest of the night. So.
22 years in the NBA, and LeBron has been mostly healthy through his career. One of the more notable injuries, he mentioned this, was the groin injury he suffered on Christmas Day 2018. That caused him to miss 17 straight games. That's the second longest layoff of his career. Last night, our Dave McMenamin reported that James could miss weeks, not days. But in the light of day, let's get some more specifics from our senior insider, Shams Charania. Shams, what kind of absence are the Lakers bracing for this time around?
Malika, sources tell ESPN LeBron James is expected to miss at least 1 to 2 weeks with this strained groin. And typically with these soft tissue injuries, it leads to weeks long of absences, and it could be a potentially extended period of time here for LeBron James when he has evaluation here over the next 24 hours. But unlike in 2018, when LeBron James had that groin tear, I'm told he did not hear a pop last night in Boston. And unlike the last 2 years when the Lakers were competing for a play-in tournament slot, this time around, they are in the 3rd seed in the Western Conference. They do have a level of cushion, an ability here to have caution with LeBron James to be right for the stretch run and the playoffs. And as of right now, we do have to keep in mind, he needs to play 7 more games as well to be eligible for an All-NBA team.
Very important to keep in mind. I'm sure LeBron James knows that as well. Shams, thank you. This stretch is unforgiving for the Lakers, though. They're the only team to play 6 games in an 8-day span this season. That stretch starts on Thursday. So how do they stay afloat without him here? Bless you. How do they stay afloat without him, Bob?
Well, you can't. I mean, you can stay afloat, but the team is much diminished. I mean, he props that team up because, 1, he's one of the best ever to play, and 2, as far as value to his team, he's up there with everybody in the NBA. Now, it'll be a chance for Luka to show what he can do to shoulder the load, but LeBron is the key to the whole thing. Not just his game, Malika, but his leadership. When you're stepping on the floor with a guy like that, and Perk, you play with him, you just feel like you're going to win the game. You just feel like you've got that guy. And I hope, look, the NBA is a much better place when he's playing. So my hope is he gets back as quick as he can. And this Lakers story has been a great story. The thing you got to focus on, though, is him and Luka still need some time to develop that chemistry, and they're going to lose that while he's out. Just more of that time is needed.
Go ahead, Jerome.
I mean, wow. We get a chance to talk about the Lakers in the face of the league right in this injury report. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. I love it. Glad we didn't get bullied. That's number 1. Number 2, here's the thing. When LeBron James went out, when AD took over, I'm expecting the same thing from Luka Doncic. Remember the season LeBron James went out, Anthony Davis elevated his level of play with Darvin Ham. They got into the play-in tournament, went on to go to the Western Conference Finals. You got Luka Doncic here now, right? You got a guy that's a legit superstar, 5-time All-NBA. This is his moment to put this team on his shoulders. And I know they're missing a few other pieces, but I'm also looking at a guy in Austin Reeves, who I've been praising. You know, we was having this conversation about what do we call Austin Reeves? He's not a role player, but he's not an all-star. He's an in-between guy, averaging 19.6 assists and 4 rebounds this season.
Well, I agree with you from the standpoint of Luka is going to be an opportunity for him to take the bull by the horn in the Lakers uniform and really, really do his thing and get his legs under him and really, really get prepared to assert himself. That's number 1. The other supplementary parts around him, that's a given. The thing about LeBron's injury, I'm not concerned about it. Here's the reason why. Number 1, it affects his leadership not one bit, because you know that brother in street clothes could lead this team because he has that kind of impact on the players inside that locker room and while he's sitting on the bench with them. On the other side of it all, yes, the groin is the groin and we get all of that, but in the same breath, your leg's gonna be a bit fresh once you get back. You understand? And that's a week to 2 weeks off that LeBron James gets to get himself straight in terms of rest. We know he's always in peak condition, of course, but I'm talking about the rest, the lack of wear and tear. I think this is going to end up helping the Los Angeles Lakers come playoff time.
Listen, the Lakers' size is already a concern for them. Rui Hachimura has missed the last 5 games for them as well. He doesn't replace what LeBron James does, but the quicker that he can come back, that's going to be helpful for this team as well. By the way, you're calling for more from Luka Doncic. He's averaged 31 points over his last 5 games, so he's going to game between the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers. Unfortunately, Bob, is LeBron James leaving injured with a groin injury here. Where do the Lakers go?
Well, depending on the severity, right? I mean, this is a big MRI that he'll get, and they need him. They clearly need him, and they've been playing the best basketball of the year. But if it's a week, that's a huge difference, Malika, than if this is a 3-4 week. These groin things, the issue with them, and Perk, by playing, you cannot come back early from these. You cannot rush back, no matter what the record says, no matter what the seedings are. He has to get healthy because you can't risk him getting injured again and missing the playoffs.
Right. The most significant injury LeBron James has had in his career is a groin injury. Again, right now we're sort of in a wait and get a little bit more information about the severity of this. So let's turn to what we do know, and that's the Boston Celtics.
Well, I want to say this about LeBron and the Lakers real quick. I'm not that concerned.
All right.
And here's the reason why. Because whenever it is that he comes back healthy, the bottom line is the Lakers have looked the way they looked prior to the night because of him on the court with Luka. Having said all of that, think about the track meet that they was going up against, which is the Boston Celtics. Think about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and what they bring to the table. Think about what Boston was doing without the services of Kristaps Porzingis. And I just think that when you look at it, what I was most impressed by was that Luka wasn't healthy either, and he still dropped 34. If that Luka continues to ascend once LeBron returns, this could be a preview of the NBA Finals.
They have this saying in championship locker rooms that is saying, lock in. Hey, it's time to lock in.
Yeah.
That's what we saw the Boston Celtics do today. They locked in and they turned it up another level and sent a statement to the rest of the league that it's levels to this. And when you watch the defensive performance they put on in the third quarter, you was like, oh, that's them. Al Horford sliding those puppies. Jason Tatum sliding those puppies who don't get enough credit for what he do on the defensive side of things. Sam Hauser, they was trying to search him out. He's sliding those puppies. And most importantly, I thought Jaylen Brown from the start of the game to the end of the game, he was aggressive with Luka Doncic and leaned on him, wore him down, picking him up.
Just like he did in the finals.
There's a gap between these two teams.
I agree.
Did it all
I agree there.
without Kristaps Porzingis, but the games roll on. We'll get you set for the Denver Nuggets and OKC. We'll see you then.
Our NBA analyst Quentin Richardson back here with us, and it's time for QR Code. Day 2 on Sportscenter live here, and you already got a graphic, you already got a fat head up there and a QR code. But what is the code the Thunder must live by to take down this Denver team?
The Thunder must be the Thunder. They got to be the young, fast-paced team that they've been all season, running up and down the court, scoring a lot of points, putting Denver in different positions to take advantage of the matchups they have. You got SGA out there leading the league in scoring, but he has a lot